Oh, it was a big one at Lambeau Field yesterday. It was the latest of the season. The Bears and Packers were meeting with both teams at 5 or more games above 500.
It's got to be a big rating tomorrow, for that one.
Significant game. This was the one. It was going to be Bills-Bengals in that window, and it got bumped out for Bears-Packers. 28-21, the Packers get the victory, and the
Bears go from one seed to 7.
The Packers were up 14-3. And I give the Bears a ton of credit for hanging around.
They're tough.
There's a way you could argue that the Bears should feel better about themselves after that game, even though they lost, because they went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the conference, and they almost pulled it off. They have nothing to be ashamed of.
No, they definitely. I mean, they're going in the right direction, and I think to the conversation we had last week, and really I think the conversation that's going to be around Chicago, it's just that toe-to-toe, do all that, and still a less-than-average pass game to back it all up. So that's where there's like a little hope, too, at least like a little light at the end of the tunnel to go, wait, we got pieces here, and we got a coach we know that can design the pass game. If that can just get a little bit better here down the stretch, they could be a scary football team. But they're tough. They hang in there. Right? They run the football. Ben Johnson manages the game the right way, and the defense let up some big plays but settled in there eventually to at least make some stops to give the offense the chance to bring them back in the football game. And there we were late in the fourth quarter and going, oh, my God, are they going to do this again? Are they going to tie this up? And I felt like
they would have
gone for two, right? You heard me saying in the studio.
Sure he had a play ready to go.
You know he did. He's Ben Johnson. So we were here during the show, and I go, this is setting up like he's going to go for two and go for the win. The interception happened, good for Green Bay and all that. But, yeah, here it is. 4th and 1. In live time, I thought if Caleb Williams just turned on the Jets, he could have ran and got the first down. After watching the replay, maybe not. Maybe not. You see DJ Moore, if we show this play one more time, if you don't mind, from the start, I think it would be cool to show it. But because I want to show everybody as Caleb runs to the left, right, there's somebody in the flat. You see, but look at DJ Moore in the back right there, too. If he just waits a second more and throws it behind him a little, he's going to see DJ Moore there. He's uncovered. Yep. But I understand his thought. He doesn't throw the proper ball, doesn't throw it far enough, doesn't throw it high enough because Sean Nixon makes the good play and the interception there. But the Bears continue to battle, but that was a big win for Green Bay.
And if you haven't seen what Keyshawn Nixon had to say after the game, check out the post at PFT. He was salty and he was funny. And he
had a rough day.
He said words that
I like to say?
Well, I was going to say we can't say here, but we've proven that we are physically capable of saying them. All right, here's one for you.
Yeah.
A former head coach who is a huge Ben Johnson fan had this feedback, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I didn't love the 4th down call.
Right.
I don't like that call to the left. The level of difficulty on that throw skyrockets when you are moving left.
Yes.
If you go to the right, it's an easy throw. For most quarterbacks, you wouldn't even call that play to the left. The quarterbacks who have elite skills and athleticism can make that throw. Right. It is still a tough throw. With the game on the line, exactly. I don't like it to the left.
I don't disagree. I think there's probably to the left because the defense is probably expecting that the least.
And we talked about that last night on the FNI podcast. Devin was like, yeah, we would have never expected that.
Exactly right.
And Garrett said, yeah, when you take it to the left, that it screws up the rush approach.
It definitely does. That defense end for the most part of the game's going, the guy never keeps the ball coming out that way. So I'm not expecting that, right? I hear the play call. That's a standard play call that we see. I mean, almost every team runs it once a game in that situation to where, you get to this point of the year, week 14, you go, defenses have seen that play a whole bunch. They see it every week. So I don't know if it's like the greatest 4th and 1 play call there either way. But yeah, that's a difficult call. But at the same time, with Caleb Williams, as we know, he can make those type of throws. But yes, with 4th and 1, and then having to put it on the run to your left perfectly in the back of the end zone, that was a little tough. Like I said, I think he should have either turned on the Jets and tried to run for it, or boom, there's DJ Moore, and he could have got the first down. Bears, their culture, their toughness, it's all going in the right direction. That pass game has got to get better. But the story still is Green Bay, and watch out for the Green Bay Packers.
I haven't checked the MVP odds shift, but I got a feeling Jordan Love's got to start climbing the ladder, because if the Packers end up with the 1 seed And Jordan Love, it was kind of, there were times this year, is he regressing? Is he really like?
Yeah, it hasn't been.
But he's delivering.
He's delivering, and especially right now. It feels like a little bit like we saw 2 years ago, right? It was 2 years ago. Jordan Love's first year as a starter, where we go, wait, we got around Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden Green Bay's getting hot. And it was a game in Detroit that year. And here we are 2 years later, a game in Detroit, all the big plays they made down the football field. And that's what it was yesterday. I think that's what you look at and you go, man, when they can run the ball, and Green Bay's not killing it run the ball, but they're effective. You see Josh Jacobs, 20 for 86. So you got to worry about it. You got to defend it. And then there's a few wrinkles they do off the running game. But when they do that, it just sets up teams to go, okay, wait, they're kind of pounding us here. We need to put some people in the box to stop the run game. And if you look at a lot of the big touchdown passes Jordan Love threw, right, they were against the blitz. A lot of the big plays throughout the day were, we're crowding the line of scrimmage. We're sick of Josh Jacobs getting 4 yards up the middle. And boom, there's Christian Watson or Jaden Reed or whatever else here. Right? So here was one where it wasn't blitz, and I'm sure this is what scared Chicago because they were like, man, he's got all day long. You see right there? I mean, so that's a little scary. So, yeah, you get stuck. Now it goes, we got a blitz. But when you do that, no, our safety's one-on-one with Christian Watson, and he's got no chance of covering him. So Green Bay is starting to thrive on the offensive side of the ball. It feels like Jordan Love, like you said, has upped his game and certainly settled in, is hitting all the slam dunk throws. Another underrated big thing for me with them, Mike, Jaden Reed being back.
Yes.
Jaden Reed's their main guy. Jaden Reed's their Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? They want to formulate the offense around him. He can run all the 15 to 20 to 20-yard routes, and then you worry about that, and then Josh Jacobs, and then it's, there goes Christian Watson, right? That's when Green Bay's at their best. So having him back in the lineup, I think, is only going to continue the offense this way. And like you said, Jordan Love seems like he's grooving right now.
MVP odds. Matthew Stafford currently the favorite at -180.
Yeah.
That flipped from last week. Drake May +200. Jordan Love third, 10-1.
Yeah, I get it.
Josh Allen next at 15-1.
Right. I mean, I think just from a pure standpoint of this, right? Matthew Stafford has 35 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. There's nobody within 9 touchdowns of him. That's a pretty astounding number. Of those other guys that are close to him in the touchdown department, he has the least amount of interceptions, right? So, and then you look at the way they're playing and what they do and the machine they are. I mean, Matthew Stafford, to me, is still in the proverbial leader house.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.